Entrepreneurship is often romanticized. However, the fact is, everyone is not cut out to be an entrepreneur. Unless you possess or can develop these top 5 traits or habits that we see in the top entrepreneurs out there. Stick around, I'll also share a bonus tip with you that's a hallmark of successful entrepreneurs. Welcome back. I'm Jon Anderson with Franchise Prospectors, where our mission is to help executives, retiring executives, and entrepreneurs expand their portfolio through the dynamic world of franchising. So let's get after it. Quality number 1, failure. Don't be afraid to fail. So many top entrepreneurs failed over and over again before they fell into the big hit. Good example of that is Thomas Edison. Did you know that Thomas Edison was expelled from school because the teacher said that he was too dumb to learn? His mother was like, no, that's my boy. Not on my watch. Thomas Edison's mother actually took over the teaching responsibilities of her son for some time. But then he gets out of school, and over again he failed. Some of the reporters at one of his press conferences said, Mr. Edison, you failed more than 10,000 times. What do you attribute that to? He said, no. I figured out 10,000 ways that will not work. What a powerful, positive outlook on his future that he had. And we encourage you to do the same. Quality number 2 that's vitally important, risk. Don't be afraid of taking calculated risk. Now, we're not talking about risk that's not well thought out. You want to mitigate risk wherever possible. But risk-taking is inherent in entrepreneurship. Perfect example of this, Elon Musk. Did you know in 2008, Elon almost went bankrupt? And he kept pushing ahead. And this was at a time that what happened in 2008, 2009? Yes, the Great Recession. The greatest recession since the Great Depression of 29 and the 30s, right? This was also a time period where most U.S. auto manufacturers had pulled back production on electric vehicles. They couldn't figure it out. One of Elon's dissenters wanted him to just be an original equipment manufacturer, backup for the big 3 or 4 auto manufacturers here in the U.S. Elon said, no, we are going to figure this out. He kept pushing, and was able to convince bankers to allow him to take on more debt. He didn't issue more equity. He essentially took on more debt, kept pushing with his team. He was maybe 30 minutes from where I live here in the San Francisco Bay Area in the NUMMI plant in Fremont. I can remember the local press saying that he had basically moved in a daybed into the facility, into the Tesla facility. But risk-taking that's calculated, well thought out, your business plan, benchmarking, best practices, talking to others within the industry, making sure you do your pro forma and your business planning in terms of making sure that the marketing component is there, all the other financial components, the SWOT analysis, and so forth. Due diligence that you're going to do on your business is going to give you so much more confidence that the probability is greater that you're going to be successful with that enterprise. So calculated risk, vitally important quality that's inherent in the top entrepreneurs. I'd like you to download the Innovative Funding Strategies Guide. It's a free download, a very comprehensive guide to help you figure out what's the most cost-effective way or the most cost-effective strategy for you to fund your independent startup or your franchise. Quality number 3 of top entrepreneurs. Adaptability. You've got to be willing to change. So always stay adaptable. Successful entrepreneurs can always count on change. So be adaptable. Make your adjustments. You should see the trends. Go to Google Trends. Great tool to help you forecast where a given industry may be headed. Quality number 4, persistence and grit. Understand that being a successful entrepreneur, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme where you get in business tomorrow. It's a marathon and not a sprint. A couple of examples in that regard are Jeff Bezos of Amazon and Fred Smith of FedEx. Let's take Fred Smith first. You know, when he wrote that paper on the FedEx business model, that his professor gave him a C grade on that paper? But he had confidence in himself. He could see the trend that automation was taking over, not just in corporate America, but it was also going to take over packing and shipping. And the rest is history today, running one of the largest, if not the largest, international shipping operation on the planet. Jeff Bezos. This is a guy, in terms of persistence and grit, took him 20 years at Amazon to finally make a real profit. Just amazing. Can you imagine your investors grilling you about when are we going to hit break even and get into the black and start making a profit for our shareholders? Jeff Bezos was able to keep that level of confidence that high for that many years. In fact, when he started, rumor has it that he couldn't even afford a real desk. What did he do? He took the door off its hinges and put it on top of 2 file cabinets. And as rumor has it, he went several years, even after he knew he made it big, using that desk setup, just as a friendly reminder of his roots and where he came from. What a success story for those that are working in his organization and know that Jeff Bezos has that level of determination and grit. Quality number 5 of top performing entrepreneurs: continuous learning. ABL, always be learning. And back in the day, in many cases, for many careers, you needed a college education. Not true anymore. There's so many self-taught individuals. Not saying that you strictly need to be self-taught, depending on the industry, but we see so many examples of that out there. Look at the example of Bill Gates, today running the wealthiest corporation with the largest market cap on the planet. Continuous learning. There's Google, there's YouTube, there's all the artificial intelligence tools. If you haven't heard of her, write this name down, Charlene Lee. Go on to LinkedIn, follow her. Continuous learning, self-improvement. Stay focused on that. Get yourself at least one coach. Okay, I told you, stick around. There will be a bonus tip. Bonus tip number 6, and that is top entrepreneurs do not sleep in until 9 a.m. just because they can. They're up at the crack of dawn, if not before, getting after it, exercising, getting to the office early, their home office and or brick and mortar office, or their laptop and their smartphone are their office. We are doing a complete series on all things entrepreneurship. Is it better to start your business from scratch, or is it better to partner with a franchise concept? Which is best? The next video in the series on your screen will help you make that choice. Until next time, never forget that entrepreneurship is the only business mechanism that can help you to truly become the captain of your own ship.